everyone, Justin and Jody here of Jay's Haven, coming to you from the loft of what is probably our favorite building on the property.
It is one of our favorite buildings, but the one that probably needs the most work as far as, I don't know, everything.
Everything. Yeah.
We need to close in anything that's there. We got some bad things outside that we need to get it sealed up so that the bones don't go bad.
Yes, you oftentimes hear the phrase, it's got good bones. Well, this old barn that we're standing in right now does have good bones. It was actually built in, I believe it was about 1950, wasn't it? She
Possibly.
said. Yep. So we have had a couple visits from one of the previous owners that was actually here for over 64 years. And her husband built this barn by hand. She showed us old pictures, and prior to this barn being here, there was actually another barn sitting
next to it.
Yep, where the horses are now, where the old hog shed is right now. And that barn was even older yet. And so that barn was eventually torn down in about 1959 or 1960, after this barn was already up and running. So, and like Justin said, this one does need the most help, basically the most work. It's taken a beating over the years through the weather and the
There's
elements.
Some rotten siding that needs to come off, and we need to just get it resealed first, and then work on the inside. Well, and then make the inside better.
Yes. We're doing a little bit on the inside as well. So the weather hasn't really been on our side to do a whole lot on the outer portions of it right now.
Yeah, it's either wind, rain, or snow.
Right. Last year, speaking of weather being an issue for this old building, last year we had what's known as a derecho, and the winds got as high as, I think it was 100 miles an hour. Many years of abuse from the weather. And you can see where that derecho tore off the siding last year. But this old building is still standing, and it is
All of
still
our buildings
functional.
are still standing,
Yeah.
except for the old outhouse.
Except for the old outhouse. It's still in one piece.
It is still in one
It
piece.
just
blew
kind of
over.
went off its
But
foundation.
that was getting rotten too. So that one might be the second most
Favorite?
No, if it was working, it might be.
Oh, come on. It's one of your favorites.
It is one of our favorites.
Yeah, if it was working.
She hugs the bathroom.
So Justin has the garage as his man cave that he'll be working on, and we've agreed that I get to have the loft as my she shed type area. I get into.
She gets a lot better view.
I do have a very nice view up here.
You just want to catch me falling.
No, you just make me very nervous when you do that. So Justin is now telling me how the deck is going to go, because we're going to stop using a ladder to get in here, and we're going to have some stairs and a little deck to sit on out there.
I think it's going to be quite a little deck. I think we're going to go make
Well,
it bigger.
nice size so we can
that
sit
way
there.
We can also sit outside here and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then we'll have stairs coming up so you can access this area without
Right.
even going into the bottom part of the barn.
Okay, you can maybe come back inside now,
Why?
because I don't like that. Jeez. Oh, what a brat. I like to do some different arts and crafts at times. I want to learn how to paint. I'm hoping I have more time to get back into reading more, and this just seems like the perfect spot to do it. This is a good way for me to be outside without actually being outside, if you know what I mean.
Do you know what that was?
I have no idea.
It must have been a thermostat that works the opposite as a regular thermostat. So if it got too hot in here, they would turn a fan on the wall. That's what that cutout is over there.
Okay.
So they had a censored fan that if it would get too hot, it would try to suck the air out.
For ventilation and stuff for the chickens.
Yeah.
Huh.
It could be a humidistat or a thermostat. It's only got one dial, so it's one or the other.
So what you see on the floor here is ground in dirt and old chicken poop. And who knows what else. I've seen mice up here. I know there's been owls at times and things like that when the windows have been open or the doors have been open. How many chickens did Levon say they had packed into this area?
I think she said the most was like 600.
Yeah. Yep.
That seems
Yeah.
like a lot.
It seems like a lot up here. But like you said, I think they were definitely meat birds. And so they were probably here for a short duration
What is it?
each round.
Just a couple months? they've
I
been dead?
believe so. Yep. I believe so. But the previous owners, right before us, kind of in between Levon and us, did not choose to use the loft for any animals because at this point in time, you know, the only way up here is with a ladder, and when you're working hard doing chores, sometimes that gets a little tedious trying to climb that, especially in the wintertime when you're all bundled up, big boots on.
That's either that or open the end doors and have to have a bigger ladder.
Yeah.
So it's a pain in the butt either way.
And thankfully, Justin, being a brilliant electrician, got all these lights working again. So I can actually work up here after dark, which I couldn't before. I came up here in the dark a couple times, and so did Justin, and it was maybe just a little,
Many times.
yeah,
Dark with the
little creepy. Yeah, it's kind of spooky up there, especially in the dark. And this, you know, we think they used it as a feed room, and there was an identical room over here, which Justin pulled out recently, because we thought the more we could open it up, the better. But we wanted to,
A little more natural light.
yeah,
Will be a lot more fun.
we wanted to leave one as kind of a closet there. And you'll see more footage here, but these windows, of course, need to go. They're letting in a lot of water and things and bugs, and they're just very, very old. So we are already coming up with all kinds of ideas on things to do that will utilize those windows, because both of us have a fondness for antiques and these old barns, especially lots of character. So we don't want to just pull things out and throw them away. There were some old doors in here. They are in storage in the Quonset right now, right? Yep. So we'll be doing something fun with those too. But yes, we have to continue scraping on the floor. So we've got about halfway on the first round here, and then we have to come back and do some sanding. So
Yeah, it'll be a great transformation. We're going to try to keep as much of this old
wood on the walls as we can. We'll probably have to redo the floor because we want to seal it too, because we want to have this area possibly heated and cooled someday.
Right. Now you see some of this wood had a little bit of water damage here and there, but I'm pretty sure most of that is fixed up with that tin roof, don't you think, Justin?
I hope so. And we'll be able to see more once I get an opening up into the top part of the barn. I'll be able to inspect it a little closer.
Perfect example of old school patch jobs. Tin cans. We found these in the house during some remodeling also. So this roof line is actually what is referred to as a Gothic style roof. Some people call it a hip roof. Most of the time a hip roof will have more joints, if you will, rather than being completely round like this.
More flat.
Right, kind of flattened sections. So the barn that used to be next to it had a hip style roof. I sure wish we could have seen that old thing before it came down, you know it?
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
I don't even want to tell you what they did with the old barn.
I know. We have heard.
There it is.
There it is.
Buried underneath that corral.
Under the riding arena.
That's what it is.
Yep. And as we, slowly get that into shape and we put sand in there and we're working the soil up there a little bit too, little pieces of that barn.
Doorknobs and hinges and all sorts of like floor drains. It's
make its way to the surface.
Yep. So I'm sure we'll have that going on for years.
Yep. But that was kind of customary back then. Dig a hole and bury it.
By the time it's all said and done, we have a lot of ideas, and it will make it very usable, and it'll be a really cool area, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. So when we first pulled in the driveway, the very first time, do you remember how we noticed the barn before the house even? Yeah. It was like a beacon right up in front, and that was one of the things that we had talked about. We really hoped we could find an acreage with an old barn.
Old barn that we could bring back to life.
Right. Yep. And so as you've seen, just like with the previous owners, there's a lot going on in this building. So the lower portion still houses quite a few animals. It's interim housing for ducks and chickens.
We're hoping it's just like a flow through.
Right.
And they won't be in there
all the time.
And we can use it for sick animals and
exactly.
bringing in new chicks and things like that. But we don't want them in here all the time.
Right.
Right?
Exactly. And there are chickens. And more chickens. Hi, guys. And there's the crazy ducks where the guineas used to be.
And of course there are cats.
Like Justin mentioned, the outside is going to be a big deal. Pretty much all of the windows look like this. Rotted frames. Yeah, it's a good thing they put the metal siding on the sides here and the metal over the roof when they did. We're not people that are made of money by any means, and so a lot of the things that we do, we're trying to be as creative and innovative as we can.
So I do 90% of the work myself, just because then I'm on my time frame and I don't have to rely on somebody else to show up, because we are way out here. So I just try to do a lot of it myself.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Same here, a lot of elbow grease going in over here. can see, we definitely have our work cut out for us, but it's going to be a good type of work, and I am super excited to have my space.
She is super excited to have her space. I'm super excited for her to have
Absolutely.
her space. Get her out of my hair.
Right. Well, wish us some luck. Wish me some luck.
I'll work my butt off trying to get it done so that she has her space.
So, yes, and you have your man cave.
So I can have my
and
space,
I can
because
have
right now
my
she's in my
loft.
space.
Yes, that's right. I am. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you like. That would be great.
And I don't know where that's at, but it's somewhere around there.
Till next time, we'll keep you posted how things go with this old building.
We will. We'll keep updating our videos, and it'll be fun. It'll be a big transformation, I think.
Yeah.
Goodbye.